hangs low like a cracked white eye, watching the fields where the shadows lie. Corn stalks sway in a breathless wave, like something is walking between the graves. The wind don't move like it used to do. It drags its feet like it's passing through. And every sound in the midnight air feels like a voice that shouldn't be there. I took the road past Miller's land, where the soil runs black like burning sand. They said, don't stop when the lights go dim, don't listen close or you'll follow him. But I was young and I didn't care, just chasing silence into a dare, with headlights cutting the choking green, like the world had forgotten what light could mean. The radio cracked with a broken hymn, like something was singing instead of him. And I swear I heard my name get said in a voice that crawled inside my head. I rolled the window down just a bit, and that's when the whole night started to shift. The corn leaned in like it knew my sins, and the whispers began again. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, soft like mercy but burning like flame. They said, don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the tires just spun, like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And the deeper I go, the less I see. Just whispers in the cornfield, swallowing me. I stepped out slow on the gravel road, where the air felt heavy, thick and slow. The corn stood tall like a watching crowd, silent but somehow screaming loud. Each stalk was bending just out of sight, like something was moving just beyond light. And footprints pressed in the muddy soil, like something had walked there without recoil. Then I saw a scarecrow standing still, wearing a coat that shouldn't be filled, but its head turned slow in my direction, like it was studying my reflection. And the wind said low in a shaking tone, you should have never come here alone. The corn began to close behind, like it was erasing every line. And every step that I tried to take just led me deeper into the shade. There's whispers in the cornfield calling my name, soft like mercy but burning like flame. They say, don't turn back, don't leave this ground. Once you hear us, you're never found. Oh, I tried to run, but the tires just spun, like the earth itself wouldn't let me come undone. And the deeper I go, the less I see. Just whispers in the cornfield, swallowing me. I found a lantern hanging low, swung by a rope with a dying glow. It flickered words in a broken code, like it knew every path I chose. A figure stood where the roads divide, face half hidden, half alive. It didn't speak, it just stepped near, and suddenly everything went too clear. I saw my father, or what he'd been, before the fields got under his skin. He said, boy, don't trust what you hear at night. The corn don't give back what it takes in life. Then he faded into the grain, like he was never here again. Now the sky is a hollow drum, beating slow till the night goes numb. And I realize with a sinking breath, the corn is just what's left of death. Every whisper is just the past, trying to make a moment last. And everything. I don't know how long I've been here now. The sky don't change, it just knows how to stay the same in a dying loop. Like time got trapped inside the loop. The road I came on doesn't exist, just rows of green in the endless mist. And I hear my voice in the rustling grain, calling myself again and again. Maybe I was never outside, maybe I stepped into something that hides, and every whisper that led me in was just where I always have been. So if you pass where the cone goes high, don't trust the wind, don't question why. And if you hear your name on the breeze, don't follow it into the trees. Because the field don't sleep and it don't forgive, it only knows how the lost still live. And every stalk where the shadows spin, the whispers are waiting to pull you in.
Secrets it don't keep. The water hums a hollow tune underneath the dying moon. No ripples break, no voices call, just something moving beneath it all. And every glance into that black feels like it's pulling something back. They found his boots by the river bend, where the mud and memory never end. No sign of struggle, no trace of fight, just empty space and fading light. The town said he must have slipped away, lost his footing, gone astray. But I knew better deep inside, the river don't take, it decides. We used to stand on that same old bank, throwing stones till the daylight sank. He said one day he'd call his name. I laughed it off like it was a game. But the water always watched us close, in ways nobody ever knows. And every whisper through the reeds sounded like it knew our deeds. The river took him back that night, pulled him under without a fight. No goodbye, no final sound, just a name that never was found. Oh, I stood there calling through the dark, but the water swallowed every mark. And now I hear it when I'm alone, like it's waiting to take me home. His mother cried, but never loud, just stared at the ground, never the crowd. Like she already understood what no one else believed they could. They dragged the banks for days and more, but nothing washed up on the shore. Just drifting leaves and silent proof that some things don't return the truth. The sheriff said, son, let it go, but I could feel it in the flow. Something deeper than death or chance, something that don't leave by circumstance. And that I hear it call his name through water thick and dark and plain. And sometimes I swear it calls for me from somewhere far beneath the stream. The river took him back that night, pulled him under without a fight. No goodbye, no final sound, just a name that never was found. I stood there calling through the dark, but the water swallowed every mark. And now I hear it when I'm alone, like it's waiting to take me home. just part of what the river's on. A current made of time and sin, where everything returns again. And maybe we all end up there, in water thick with silent prayer. Not lost, not found, just pulled below, where the river always flows. The river took him back that night, pulled him under without a fight. No goodbye, no final sound, just a truth that won't be found. Oh, I stand out at the edge once more, feeling something I can't ignore. And I hear it calling through the phone, like it's time to take me home. My boots sit where his once did lie, at the place where the water's sigh. No fear left, no reason to fight, just the pull of the endless night. And if they come and look for me, they won't find what they think they'll see, just empty ground and water's breath, where the river speaks of death. The willows weep, the current hums, for all the lost, for all that comes. And in that dark I finally learned, the river takes back what it's earned. Souls cry from hell, the churchyard gates scream in the night. Rusted chains rattling in the pale moonlight. Every ghost has a story to defend. Every wound we carry never truly mends. Crosses standing in the midnight wind, silent witnesses of blood and sin. Crosses standing in the midnight wind, guiding souls that will never rise again. Crosses standing. The river runs where the willows weep, carving secrets it don't keep. The water hums a hollow tune underneath the door shut soft, but it called me empty. Your echo stayed, I couldn't sleep. Your footsteps faded down the hall, like I was nothing after all. The room went cold, the clock stood still. My breath felt heavier than guilt. I said your name and lost its sound, just staring shadows all around. I waited for the world to speak, but nothing answered back to me. I spoke to silence after you left, and knew my sins and knew my regrets. The wind was humming through the broken pines, like it knew my name but forgot the time. Headlights flicker on a midnight grave, and the radio sings like a ghost I saved. There's a bottle half dead on the passenger seat, and a map that's folded where the edges meet. I swear I saw heaven on the same old road, but it vanished fast when the cold wind blew. I left my home when the skies turned black, with a pocket full of dust and no way back. Mama said, boy, don't trust that road. It takes your name and leaves your soul. But I laughed like fire in a summer storm, said I'd outrun every shape I was born. So I kissed goodbye to the porch light glow, begins again. I met a man with a rusted car. Said he used to chase every falling star. Now he counts the cracks in his worn-out dash, like the memories that fade too fast. He said, son, don't trust the yellow signs. They lie in shadows and crooked lines. Every promise here is a buried lie. Every goodbye just learns to lie. We shared a drink by the roadside ditch, where the water hummed like a broken switch. He said, I've been here since I don't know when, and I knew I'd see him again and again. The moon was a bruise in a tired sky as I watched my reflection pass me by, and it winked like it knew what I'd become. A ghost with a tank that's never full of sun. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. There was a town that I almost knew, with a church bell ringing through the blue, but the doors were locked and the windows cracked, like they'd seen too many souls pass by. A woman stood with a cigarette burn, said every traveler never learns. They think they're running from what they are, but they're just circling the same damn scars. She touched my hand and it turned to dust, like everything here forgets to trust. And when I blinked she was gone, like smoke, just a voice inside what the silence spoke. I tried to stop but the wheels won't break. They keep on dragging me night and day. The engine moans like a dying hymn as the edges of the world grow thin. I see my house in the rearview glass, but it flickers like it was never my past. Just a trick of light, just a borrowed dream, slipping away at the seams between. This is the road that never leads home, where the painted lines turn into bones, where every turn is the same mistake, and every dawn is a heart that breaks. So I've been lost, but I keep on driving through the silence where the dead keep riding. And I swear I hear my name in the wind, but the road just bends and begins again. The door shuts soft, but it cold me empty. Your echo stayed, I couldn't sleep. Your footsteps faded down the hall, like I was nothing after all. The room went cold, the clock stood still. My breath felt heavier than guilt. I said your name and lost its sound, just staring shadows all around.
The ground was soft where I stood still, like it remembered every will. The sky hung low, too close to breathe, over something buried underneath. No cross to mark, no name to tell, just quiet earth that knew too well. And every step I took instead felt like I walked with the dead. I came back here at break of night to face what I buried out of sight. The shovel's rust still fits my hand like it remembers what I planned. The trees don't move, the wind don't cry, just silence stretched across the sky. And every shadow bends too long, like it's been waiting all along. I tried to leave this place behind, but you don't outrun your own damn mind. And every mile I ever fled just dug me deeper into the dead. There's a weight beneath the dirt and stone that don't belong to flesh and bone. It's every truth I never said, buried down in silent dread. It's 6 feet of regret I made in the dark, where the truth won't fade. No prayer can wash, no time can mend what I laid down and tried to end. Oh, I tried to walk away from it, but every step just tightened it. And now I stand where I once fled, above 6 feet of living dead. I see your face in the shifting ground, not in sight, but in the sound. Every scrape, every grain of dirt feels like a memory dragged through hurt. The night grows thick around my chest, like it won't let me second guess. And every breath I try to take feels like a promise I can't break. The hole ain't deep enough to hide what still breathes on the other side. And every inch I tried to fill only made the silence louder still. The earth don't forgive, it just holds tight. Every wrong done out of sight, and every lie I tried to keep still breathes beneath that shallow deep. It's 6 feet of regret I made in the dark, where the truth won't fade. No prayer can wash, no time can mend what I laid down and tried to end. Oh, I tried to walk away from it, but every step just tightened it. And now I stand where I once fled, above 6 feet of living dead. I dropped the shovel, hands went numb, like I knew what I'd become. Not a man who lost his way, but one who chose it anyway. The ground beneath began to shift, not breaking through, but just enough to remind me clear and slow. Some things don't stay where you let them go. I heard no scream, I saw no sign, but something moved between the lines of what I buried, what I knew, and what still lives because of you. There ain't no grave that holds us in once it starts beneath your skin. No dirt, no dark, no hollow ground can silence what won't stay down. And every night I close my eyes, I feel the weight I can't deny. Not from below, not from the dead, but from the life I left instead. It's 6 feet of regret I made, but I'm the one that never stayed. No burial deep, no ending true, just endless ground between me and you. Oh, I tried to leave, but now I see there ain't no distance left for me. And every road I ever tread leads back to 6 feet of regret. Now I don't dig, I don't repair, I just return and stand there, where silence breathes and shadows spread over the place I left you dead. And if you ever pass this land and feel the weight beneath your stand, don't stay too long, don't look ahead, or you'll find your own 6 feet of regret. The night stays still, the ground won't part. It holds what's buried in my heart, and I remain where truth has bled, bound to 6 feet of regret. The tracks hum low in the dead of night, like they're calling something out of sight. The station's empty, cold as stone, like it forgot it was ever known. A flickering lamp swings back and forth, like it's marking time without a course. And somewhere far a whistle cries from a train that never arrives. I bought a ticket from a man with no face. He didn't speak, just slid it my way. Said one way ride, no turning back, then disappeared into the black. The platform groaned beneath my feet, like it knew who it was about to meet. And when the train came into view, it felt like something I already knew. No number mark, no destination sign, just rusting shadows down the line. And every window showed the same, a reflection I could not name. The door slid open with a hollow sigh, like something living had just passed by. And deep inside, a voice I feared said, "You've been expected here." It's the midnight train to nowhere, alright, where the past and the future collide. No place to stop, no place to stay, just endless track that fades away. Oh, I tried to leave, but I'm too far gone. Every mile keeps pulling me on, and the deeper I go, the less I care where this train goes, or if I'm there. The seats were torn, the air was still, like time itself had lost its will. A woman sat across from me with hollow eyes that couldn't see. She whispered low, "You'll understand," as she reached out with shaking hand. But when I blinked, she was just gone, like she had never been there at all. The lights above began to fade, like they were afraid of what they made. And every face I thought I saw was just a shadow with no law. The wheels kept turning slow and grim, like they were grinding bone and sin. And every sound along the track felt like it was pulling me back. It's the midnight train to nowhere, I ride, where the past and the future collide. No place to stop, no place to stay, just endless track that fades away. Oh, I tried to leave, but I'm too far gone. Every mile keeps pulling me on, and the deeper I go, the less I care where this train goes, or if I'm there. I walked the aisle through car to car, but every door led just as far back to the place I'd been before, like the train had no real core. A conductor stood in worn-out black with a lantern dim and a crooked back. He tipped his hat but didn't speak, just pointed where the walls grew weak. I looked outside but saw no land, just endless dark like shifting sand. And in the glass I saw my face, slowly fading without a trace. And then I knew what this ride was, not where I'm going, but what I was. Every choice I left behind, now carved into this endless line. No start, no end, no right, no wrong, just echoes stretched too long. A journey made of what I've been, rolling through the dark within. It's the midnight train to nowhere, I ride, where the past and the future collide. No place to stop, no place to stay, just endless track that fades away. Oh, I tried to leave, but I understand this train was never part of a plan. And now I see what I've become, another passenger on the run. Now I sit as the whistle cries, under never-ending skies. No sleep, no dream, just movement through it all. And if you ever hear that sound of iron wheels on hollow ground, don't look too long, don't stay aware, or you might find yourself on there. The station waits, but not for me. Just a ghost of what could be, and somewhere lost beyond the air rolls the train to nowhere.
The light falls thin across the floor, like it don't belong here anymore. Every corner holds its breath, like it's waiting on something left. The walls don't speak, but they still live, and all the things they won't forgive. And every step I take feels slow, like I've been here long ago. Through the broken door, where I swore I'd go no more. The dust still hangs, the air still aches. With every choice a man can't shake. The mirror's cracked but shows too clear a face I tried to leave last year. But time don't change what's underneath, it just lets it sink in deep. I hear the floorboards shift and sigh, like they remember every lie. And every shadow stretched too long feels like it knows where I went wrong. There ain't no place I didn't hide from the truth I kept inside. And every step I took to flee just brought the dark back close to me. Shadows don't forgive what you've done, they follow close, they never run. No matter where you try to go, they're in the light you think you know. I tried to outrun my past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I can't outlive leads me back where shadows live. The hallway bends the way it did back when I was just a kid. But now it feels too tight, too near, like it's closing in with fear. I pass the room where silence grew, from words I never followed through. And every mark upon the wall still stands to witness every fall. A voice calls out but not too loud, like it's wrapped inside a shroud. And though I know there's no one there, it feels too real to just be here. The dark don't scream, it don't accuse, it just reveals what you can't lose. And every truth I tried to shove still lingers where I couldn't love. Shadows don't forgive what you've done, they follow close, they never run. No matter where you try to go, they're in the light you think you know. I tried to outrun my past, but nothing buried ever lasts. And every road I can't outlive leads me back where shadows live.
darkness calls. Not faces clear, not forms I know, just pieces of what I let go. They don't reach out, they don't demand, they just remain where I still stand. A quiet proof I can't deny of every truth I let die. And in the stillness I can feel something far too sharp to heal. Not pain, not fear, not even grief, just something deeper than belief. And maybe shadows ain't the night, but everything we keep from light. Not evil, not some curse to lift, just truth we never learned to sift. And every step I took away just stretched them longer into day, till I became what I once feared, a man with nothing left but here. Shadows don't forgive what I've done, they don't need to. I'm the one who carries every silent scar, no matter where or who we are. Oh, I tried to hide, I tried to live, but shadows don't forget, don't forgive. And every road I walk still gives back to the place where darkness lives. Now I don't run, I don't pretend, I walk with them until the end. No light to chase, no past to flee, just all that still remains of me. And if you ever feel them near, in quiet rooms or empty fear, don't turn away, don't try to live like shadows ever could forgive. The light fades out, the dark won't shift. It holds you close, it never drifts. And I remain where truth won't live, 'cause shadows don't forgive. The wind cuts sharp across the stone, like it's carving through the bone. No birds sing, no daylight wounds, just restless skies and coming storms. The hills stand tall like silent judges, keeping count of blood and grudges. And every step you take up here feels like something drawing near. And dread, with a price half paid and a past not dead. They said don't come if you've done wrong. These hills remember far too long. Cabins rock where the cold winds pass, with broken glass and brittle grass. And every door I passed that day looked like it turned its face away. A man I knew once crossed this line, swore he'd leave it all behind, but they found him cold beneath the shell, with empty eyes and a wordless tale. A voice came drifting through the ridge, like it followed every step I lived. Said you can climb but you won't outrun
what's been waiting since you begun. There's no mercy in these hills tonight. No wrong or right, just fight or flight. Every sin you tried to hide comes crawling out from the mountainside. Oh, I came to settle what I owe, but the land don't care, it only knows. And every path I try to take leads me back to my mistake. I found a cabin at the ridge's end, where the road gives up and the shadows bend. The door hung loose like a broken tooth, guarding nothing but the truth. Inside was still too still to trust, like the air itself had turned to dust. And on the wall, carved deep and wide, were names of those who never survived. Mine was there in jagged lines, like it had been carved before my time. And something deep beneath my skin told me I'd always belong within. The fire pit burned with no flame, yet still it whispered out my name. And every breath I tried to claim just fed the echo all the same. There's no mercy in these hills tonight. No wrong or right, just fight or flight. Every sin you tried to hide comes crawling out from the mountainside. Oh, I came to settle what I owe, but the land don't care, it only knows. And every path I try to take leads me back to my mistake. My mistake. Oh, I ran outside, but the hills had changed. The paths were gone, the sky deranged. The ground beneath began to shift, like it was closing every rift. Figures moved along the crest, shaped like the ones I never confessed. They didn't speak, they didn't chase, they just stood there face to face. And in the silence I could feel every truth I tried to conceal. No courtroom here, no final plea, just the land and what it sees. There ain't no law in rock and bone, no judge to say I'm not alone. Just ancient ground that knows your name and holds you to it all the same. And every step you think is free was carved long before you could see that some debts don't fade with time, they root themselves in dirt and crime. There's no mercy in these hills tonight. No wrong or right, just endless night. Every sin I tried to hide now walks with me, side by side. Oh, I came to settle what I owe. Now I finally understand and know there ain't no rope, no way to break from the shape of my mistake. Now I wonder where the red lines bleed, with nothing left but what I've been. No past to change, no truth to twist, just names carved deep in the mountain's fist. And if you ever climb this high and feel that weight you can't deny, turn back before you lose your will. There's no mercy in these hills. The wind still cuts, the silence stays. The wind still cuts, the silence stays. The wind cuts sharp across the stone, like it's carving through the bone. No
nights, restless skies, and coming storms. The hills stand tall like silent judges, keeping count of blood and grudges. And every step you take up here feels like something drawing near. I rode in slow through dust and dread, with a price half paid and a past not dead. They said don't come if you've done wrong. These hills remember far too long. Cabins rock where the cold winds pass, with broken glass and brittle grass. And every door I passed that day looked.
No wind to move the heavy air, no footsteps leading anywhere. The sky hangs low in silent gray, like it forgot the light of day. The ground is still untouched alone, no carved out grief, no marked out stone. Just empty earth where nothing grows, and something buried no one knows. Without a sign, no name to read, no cross to find. Just a patch of dirt turned cold and bare, like even death won't settle there. They said don't ask, don't look too deep, some things are better left asleep. But silence has a way of pulling at the truth it keeps from showing. My hand shook as I knelt down low to touch the soil no one would know. And in that moment something stirred, not a sound, not quite a word. The air grew tight, the light grew thin, like I had stepped too far within a place where memory don't forgive and nothing buried truly lives. It's a grave without flowers, without a name, where the past don't fade and don't feel shame. No mourning hands, no tears to show, just silence deeper than we know. I tried to leave, but I couldn't go. Something held me in that hollow, and every breath I dared to take felt like it was theirs to break. No footprints led me to that ground, no voices made a warning sound, just instinct pulling me along, like I had always known I was wrong. The dirt was soft, too soft to trust, like it remembered blood and dust. And every inch beneath my skin said don't dig up what lies within. But something deeper took control, a weight that pressed against my soul. And when I pushed the earth aside, I felt the truth I tried to hide. The sky went dark, the trees stood still, like time itself had lost its will. And every breath became a thread, binding me to what was dead. It's a grave without flowers, without a name, where the past don't fade and don't feel shame. No mourning hands, no tears to show, just silence deeper than we know. I tried to leave, but I couldn't go. Something held me in that hollow, and every breath I dared to take felt like it was theirs to break. I saw a shape beneath the ground, not quite lost, not quite found. No face to know, no form to claim, just something tied to guilt and shame. And in its stillness I could feel a truth too quiet to be real, that this was never just a place, it was a memory I couldn't face. A moment buried deep in time, a single act of silent crime. No witness left, no trace to see, except the part that lived in me. And then I knew why no one came, why no one spoke or gave it name. Some graves don't need a flower laid, they live in debts that never
too deep. It's a grave
Without flowers, without a name, where the past don't fade and don't feel shame. No mourning hands, no tears to show,
just silence deeper than we know.
Oh, I tried to leave, but I understand some things don't rest beneath the land.
And now I know what I became, the one who never gave it name. Now I walk where the shadows fall, with no one left to tell it all. No proof, no mark, no final sign, just this quiet weight of mine. And every night when the world goes still, I feel that place beyond my will, calling me back through time and air, to stand alone beside it there. No flowers bloom, no prayers are said, no peace for what was left for dead. And I remain where truth won't waver, bound to a grave without a flower. No name carved, no flowers left, just dirt that remembers more than people do.
There's a patch of ground past the edge of town where even the crows don't stick around. No marker, no stone, no story told, just a silence that refuses to grow old. I came here looking for something I lost, but the earth don't bargain, it only cost. Every step I take feels like I've been here before, like I buried more than just one soul in that soil. And the air gets heavy still, like it knows what I can't kill, and what I never will. It's the nameless grave where the truth got buried, where every promise I made got carried down into the dark where no light behaves. Now I stand over the nameless grave. Yeah, the nameless grave don't speak out loud, but it screams through the dirt and the shroud. Every lie I lived, every sin I saved, now they sleep in the nameless grave.
I remember that night of what I choose to recall, a broken fence line and a final fall. You were calling my name through the pouring rain, but I answered silence like it was my name.
The shovel felt lighter than my conscience did, like I was digging up everything I hid. And when the ground finally swallowed it whole,
it didn't just take you, it took my soul. Now the moon won't look this way, like it's scared of what I say.
when I come back here to pray, it's the nameless grave where the truth got buried, where every promise I made got carried down into the dark where no light behaves. Now I stand over the nameless grave. Yeah, the nameless grave don't speak out loud, but it screams through the dirt and the shroud. Every lie I lived, every sin I saved, now they sleep
In the nameless grave. You remember, you did this, you stayed silent. I don't know who's beneath me anymore, or if it was ever just one name.
Now I visit when the night is thin, when the world forgets where I've been. I talk to the ground like it might reply,
But it only listens as I ask why. There's no forgiveness etched in stone,
just a place where I stand alone, and every breath I take feels borrowed time
from a debt that was never mine. And and the dirt won't let me leave, like it's part of what I grieve. And the grave don't believe it's a nameless grave where I still remain bound to the earth like a ghost in chains. Every step I take leads me back again to the place where it all went end. Yeah, the nameless grave don't fade with years. It feeds on silence, it grows on tears, and every truth I was too afraid to save now lives in the nameless grave. It's the nameless grave, and it knows my name, even if the world won't say the same. And I'll keep coming back, forever enslaved to the nameless grave. No name carved, but it remembers mine.
The clock strikes 12 with a broken chime, like it's counting down borrowed time. The wind drags knives across the sky, and the stars refuse to testify. Somewhere distant a dog won't bark, like even sound is afraid of the dark. And the night leans in, slow and tight, waiting for vengeance at midnight. This ghost town place, with fire still burning behind my face. Same old streets, same crooked signs, but nothing here remembers mine. The saloon door hangs like a jaw half dead, swinging slow with words unsaid. And every step on the wooden floor feels like it's been stepped on before. They all stopped when I crossed inside, like the past had just arrived. No greeting spoke, no eyes met mine, just silence drawn in a straight line. I didn't come here to pray or plead, I came for the dead they refuse to bleed. And every breath that I take tonight is one more step toward the fight. It's vengeance at midnight, cold and clean, where the truth cuts sharp and the lies turn mean. No angels here, no place to hide, just the reckoning walking side by side. Oh, I waited long in the dust and flame, carving every face into my name. And now the dark is holding still for the moment I collect my will. The barkeep froze with a glass half full, like he felt the pull of something cruel. A man in the corner didn't move a blink, just watched the night begin to sink. I said, you remember what you did that day? He turned away, but the fear stayed. And every shadow in that room started breathing like it knew its doom. A memory crawled through the smoke-filled air, of blood on wood and a prayer not there, of a man left dying in the rain while they left away the pain. Now I'm not the boy I used
with a trembling hand said, "You don't understand this land, but I've seen deserts swallow men whole, and I know the weight of a broken soul." A shot rang out, but I didn't flinch. Time itself seemed to twitch, and when the smoke finally cleared the room, was drowning in its own doom. One by one they tried to run, but the night had already begun. No door was open, no path was free, just consequence and memory. I don't feel anger like I once did. It's something colder that I've hit, a quiet storm without a name, that doesn't burn, it just remains. And every face I used to know turns to ash in the afterglow, like justice wears a different skin when the midnight lets it in. And fashions at midnight, cold and clean, where the truth cuts sharp and the lies turn mean. No angels here, no place to hide, just the reckoning walking side by side. Oh, I waited long in the dust and flame, carving every face into my name. And now the dark is holding still for the moment I collect my will. Now the town is quiet, too damn still, like it finally paid the final bill. The wind moves through what's left behind, like it's erasing every line. I stand alone where the story ends. No enemies, no friends, just silence heavy as the grave, and everything I couldn't save. Midnight fades, but the weight remains like rust that never leaves the chains. And I walk on through the fading light, still carrying vengeance from midnight.
The moon don't shine for mercy,
It shines for what hunts beneath it.
frozen ground where the world goes quiet and the lost are found. Every shadow stretches like a living thing with teeth made of hunger and memories. I've been walking this ridge since the fire went out, with a heart full of questions and a head full of doubt. And the forest don't judge, it just waits and stares like it knows every sin a man carries there. I hear them moving in the dark, like the circle in my heart, waiting for the world to fall apart. We are wolves under the moon, we don't belong to light, born from the hunger of a merciless night. Every instinct pulls us closer to the edge, walking that thin line on a broken ledge. Yeah, we are wolves under the moon, no place to hide, with the wild running deep on the inside. And every step we take, we're consumed by the wolves under the moon. I saw your face in the reflection of the frozen lake, but it vanished like a promise that we couldn't make. There's a part of me still calling your name, but the echo comes back just the same. The wind cuts sharp like a memory blade of every wrong decision that I ever
silence starts to grow, like it already knows where the darkness goes. We are wolves under the moon. We don't belong to light, born from the hunger of a merciless night. Every instinct pulls us closer to the edge, walking that thin line on a broken ledge. Yeah, we are wolves under the moon, no place to hide, with the wild running deep on the inside. And every step we take, we're consumed by the wolves under the moon. Run, hungry, remember. I try to be something tame, but the night still knows my name. Chasing or being chased, every path I take feels like a losing race. And the line between beast and man is thin when the moonlight crawls under your skin. There's a truth in the forest I can't deny, that something in me never learned to die. And the deeper I go into the cold unknown, the more I realize I'm not alone. And the how becomes my own, like it's carved into bone, like I've never been home. We are wolves under the moon. We never break free from the hunger that lives inside of me. Every fear I face, every truth I consume, turns to wolves under the moon. Yeah, we are wolves under the moon. Forever we roam through a world that we no longer call home, and the night keeps pulling us through. We are wolves under the moon. The moon don't judge, it just watches. The sky turned gray before the fall, like it already knew it all. Smoke rose slow from distance in, carrying ghosts upon the wind. The air felt thin like breath could break. With every move the world would shake, and something burned beyond my sight, turning day into endless night. I stood where the old house used to be, just charred remains in memory. The walls were gone, the roof had caved, like nothing here had been saved. The ground was black where fire had fed on everything we ever said. And every step I tried to take kicked up the past in ash and ache. I found a frame without a face, just empty wood and empty space, like time itself had walked away and left the rest to slowly decay. And in the smoke I thought I heard a broken, half-forgotten word, like someone calling from within. The drifting ash upon the wind, its ashes on the wind. They never stay, they carry everything away. Every love, every sin, just ashes scared. broken bones like silent witnesses alone. Their branches stretch like pleading hands over this broken, burned out land. I hear the crackle in my mind of flames that left no trace behind, just echoes trapped in smoky air of things that used to still be there. A photograph half burned, half gone, still holds a moment I held on. But when I touch it, falls apart like memory can't keep its heart. The wind don't care what it takes away. It steals the night, it steals the day. And every piece I try to save just slips into an unseen grave. It's ashes on the wind, they never stay. They carry everything away. Every love, every sin, just ashes scattered in the wind. Oh, I reach, but there's nothing there, just fading traces in the air. And all I was and all I've been is blowing like ash upon the wind. I see their faces in the smoke, in every curl, in every stroke. They rise then fade without a sound, like they were never truly found. A voice I knew drifts through the gray, calling me but far away. And I can't tell if it's a dream or something caught between the seams. The fire's gone, but still it burns in every place it once returned. Not in flame, but deep inside, where loss and memory collide. And maybe nothing really stays, it all just drifts and slowly fades. From solid ground to weightless air, till nothing's left of anywhere. And maybe we're just passing through, like smoke that never quite was true. A moment carved and torn apart by winds that scatter every heart. It's ashes on the wind, they never stay. They carry everything away. Every love, every sin, just ashes scattered in the wind. Oh, I reach, but there's nothing there, just fading traces in the air. And now I see what life has been, just ashes drifting in the wind. Now I walk where nothing grows, through fields of quiet, burned out roads. No past to hold, no future clear, just empty space that lingers here. And every step I take feels like I'm dissolving into night, becoming part of what has been. A trace of ash upon the wind. The wind still blows, it always will, across the ash, across the still.